Good morning. It is 7 a.m. from the trail. I am just finishing up my morning coffee. I've packed up my tent and my backpack's all ready to go. So it was a very long night. I kept waking up saying, is it time yet? And it was 12:30. Is it time yet? And it was 3:30. I was just warm enough. I am pleased I put in my extra few little layers, but I'm gonna have to work on my sleep system if I encounter any colder temperatures. My little handy dandy thermometer was saying 40-ish, but I'm not exactly sure what, but I was just warm enough. So my new jacket is fantastic. I only have just a shirt underneath and I was toasty warm all night inside my bag. Today it is 12 miles to Mike's place, and I'm hoping to get water there, rest there, and then do another couple of miles and dry camp tonight because it's 18 miles between Mike's and Mary's place, which is my destination for the third night. So we'll see how the day goes. Got some pretty wildflowers to greet me this morning. And look, Mom, it's some kind of wild sweet pea. Just like your garden's gonna be. It's getting colder. I think that's kind of a natural phenomenon. It gets colder before it gets warmer. I definitely is in the 30s. I double checked my little thermometer. Here's my morning view, and I think I'm going to be climbing up into those hills. So my pack is feeling pretty good today. Perhaps it was so heavy yesterday because I did 11 miles with just my day pack and then tried to put on my big pack, and I really noticed the difference. I was also carrying 2+ liters of water when I was heading towards a creek, which wasn't that smart because I was heading to a water source. I didn't need to have that much water on me. But since it was fresh, clean water, I wasn't one to dump it. I also ate up the fresh food that I had brought, which weighs a lot more than dehydrated food. And I'll just insert here a little video I made at home before I left on planning my food. Hi, I thought I'd just show you some of my meal planning for my upcoming 3.5-day trip on the PCT. I'm a list maker, so I like to have things all sorted out so I can see them at a glance to make sure that I'm not missing anything. But to run it through with you, the first day I'm leaving from home, so I'll have maybe a light breakfast here. I'm leaving quite early, so I'll bring something for breakfast on the trail. And I will also bring a pre-made lunch. I'm going to bring a big fat sandwich, which should be enough to have for lunch and dinner. Just in case it's not, I have a snack, and I have this light soup that I made. It's a lemon lentil soup. My other breakfasts are going to be coffee and a snack bar, or coffee with oatmeal. My lunches, day 2 lunch, I'm planning a refried black bean. I've thrown in some dehydrated veggies. And here will be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on those little sandwich thins. So that's day 3 lunch. Day 2 and day 3 snacks. Day 2 dinner. I haven't tried this yet, but I think they're pretty good. It's a couscous mix that you just add water to and let it sit for 5 minutes. And I've got some flavored tuna to go with it. And I'm gonna add some more veggies with carrots, sun-dried tomato, some spinach powder for extra vitamins, and a little Italian dressing package for extra flavor. Third night on trail, I made my own little veggie ramen bag. These little freezer bags, this is the pint size, you can add your hot water right to the bag and you can eat right out of it too. And a couple extra snacks, because you never really know what you want to eat in advance. I might add another little bag of chips, because on trail I find I don't really crave sweets so much as salty snacks. So one sweet, I'll have 2 bags of chips, and if I remember, 1 vitamin for each day. So that's the meal plan. I started this morning at PCT mile 115.5 or so, and I've gone about 2 miles, climbing out of the canyon by the creek, and now into the more desert-like conditions, dry, sandy soil, lots of scrub, manzanitas, etc. It's warming up, which is a good thing. I've got a lovely view. Been here for about 10-15 minutes. Finished my bar, and I need to filter some water. Okay, so here goes my first attempt at using my water filter. This is going to be my clean water bottle. This is my filter, which I had to sleep with last night because it's not good for the filter to freeze. It can ruin the filaments inside. And this end will be the good water. It needs more than 2 hands. So, apparently, and that's what you do. You can see the car park below me. There's a paved road down there. I think it's Lost Creek Road. I can't remember. I've already forgotten. And you can access a PCT. So technically, I could have done this whole section as day hikes. A hike from Warner Springs to here to Mike's place, Mike's to Mary's. Those last 2 are accessed by road as well. And then Mary's to 74. Who knew? But I'm here on trail, and I'm camping, and so far so good. This is PCT mile 119.6, and just off trail is a water source. It's apparently 0.2 miles down a steep road to a reliable spring. From this viewpoint, I can see yesterday's hike as well as most of what I've done today. In the distance, that's 79, the road, and we parked about in there somewhere. And then we headed south to Eagle Rock and back. And you can see the line delineating all those oak trees from the plains. And then somehow in there, I hiked up about 4 miles yesterday. And this morning, you can see the trail coming around. And that's the paved road down here I talked about. The trees are in bloom. And the bees are going bonkers. Can you hear them? There's not many wildflowers for them to feed on, so they're protective. That little girl is just adorable. She actually spoke this time. She was wanting more orange. She showed me her diaper and she asked for gummies. Oh, it's so fun to see them again. That Q-tip branch hasn't made it this far in the trail maintenance. Either it's beyond their jurisdiction or because of COVID, but the trail is way overgrown and it's these prickly oaks and really spiky chinkapin that I gotta be careful for. I'm glad I'm wearing long pants and long sleeves. Otherwise, I just get torn up. There are some absolutely stunning views. So green on this side of the hill. That's where I'm going. Up and up. I've done about 9.3 miles. So 3-ish to Mike's, 3.5 maybe. And I'll have lunch, get more water, and decide what I'm going to do for the rest of the day's walk. The sign says water, but it's going uphill, which makes me a bit doubtful. Luckily, I have plenty. I don't need to get any more. But there is a lovely heart rock. Love you, Mom. One of the few times today I can clearly see the trail ahead of me. I'm guessing that Mike's place must be around that corner somewhere. And there's another hill to curve around before we get to Mike's. And there's one more hill to go around before I get to Mike's. Guess what? One more. Looks like I found Mike's place. 12.4 miles, pretty much right where it's supposed to be. All are welcome. Here's the water tanks that he maintains for the hikers. Just a note, water should be filtered. Some hikers will just come here and get water, but you can also go down to Mike's house, and some people stay there and they often will cook you up a pizza. Welcome to Mike's. Bunch of guys are already here. So I missed lunch. They just finished up and they are gonna have a big cookout tonight. But I don't think I'm gonna stay that long. I've heard it can get a bit crazy. This is the hiker box. Looks like a hangout and a shoe drop. There are cold drinks here, so I think I might indulge in that. So that was Mike's place. I stayed and had a beer, and water tank arrived just about 10 minutes after I did and said hi to a couple of the guys that were there. But it's only 3:30 and I thought I'd make a couple more miles on trail and I'll dry camp. So I'm going up now to the water tank. So I loaded up with 4 liters, which is almost 9 pounds. And I'll have water all the way to Mary's. It just means the next 3 miles is gonna be really heavy. And of course it's uphill. That's looking back down at Mike's place. So it looks like there's a fair bit of climbing to do ahead. The trail is going up and up and up to that saddle. Hopefully I can get a campsite before then. There's several little campsites up here, but this is on a ridge. And I'm afraid that it might be really cold and it already is windy. So if I carry on 2 more miles, which would make it a 17-mile day, there's several highly recommended campsites. So I think that's what I'm gonna go for. So I'm hiking. It's getting later in the day and I'm getting tired, but I have just under 2 miles to the next set of campsites. And look at the view. I have that to look at, take my mind off my feet and my heavy pack. Opened up. That should be Anza over there. And San Jacinto in the distance? Or is it up here? I don't know, but anyway, there's a lot of miles between me and Highway 74. .4 miles and I see my campsite. And I think this will work just fine. I think I'll take the back room. Looks a little bit more private from trail. Perfect. All right, let's get set up. So, it is starting to cool down. The sun has just gone over the edge of the hill. That's a winner. So for now, from the trail, this is Allison